Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while because I always feel kind of blah about the garden in August because a bunch of stuff is finished and a bunch of stuff is starting, and it kind of just feels like this weird in between. But the corn is over the roof. That always cracks me up. The patio is my next big project. So it's a mess. But my best friend gave me this patio set, and I'm getting fabric for my birthday to make cushion covers. And I've been researching how to get rid of the weeds. So that is the project that I'm going to work on next, because I want to be able to be out here all fall and not have ants crawling up my legs or tripping over weeds or just looking at this big mess. And it hasn't been a priority till now because we've been putting in like garden systems and stuff. But now I have time and money to do it, and I'm going to. So over here we have our favorite big gentleman. See him under there? Hey friend. And the toad that I brought home joined my husband in putting the garbage out the other night, and he was living in the garage. So this is all crazy. This lemon balm is going to come out. It's too big for the spot, and I have lemon balm growing all over the garden. And in fact, this whole bed is going to get emptied in the fall, probably at the end of September, and all the strawberry plants are going to move over to that bed that has the hoop house on it so that we can easily walk around for harvesting. And this bed will be probably greens, like things like salad, kale, spinach, onions, because it has to stay low growing for the laundry line above it. And then my marshmallow has fallen over. So the marshmallow's fallen over, and I think I'm going to pull it to get the root for medicine, because I want the sweet potatoes to have enough space to finish. I'm still getting so much calendula, which is great because it's the medicine we use the most. The red currants, there's nothing to talk about with them because they're done for the season, but I am buying 2 new ones in the spring because I found white ones and pink ones, and my husband loves currants, so I'm going to get those. This bed is thriving with its leeks. I think I am also going to rip everything up out of this bed in the fall, and the strawberries will go back in, but there's a lot of weeds and I really need to top up the soil. So the tomatoes are coming in. We're also dealing with like some rot, possibly blight, I don't know. This one was supposed to be like a small cherry tomato, but they're like the size of your thumb. So in this bed I had planted carrots, they haven't come up, so I put in some turnips, and I'm debating. I have started seeds for spinach and broccoli for the fall, so the turnips are all at the front, and I'm gonna put the broccoli at the back. This project I'm proud of. I wanted to control the raspberries a bit better so they weren't blocking the aisle, and so that we could pick them all easier next year. So I wove a wall with them. So I put T-posts in, and I went in and out between the stems of the raspberry, and when I came back this way I would go on the opposite side of the raspberry so that they're all kind of sandwiched in there. I had originally tied them to the T-posts, but when you do that, they bunched up a lot, and I was worried that when they fruit next year, they wouldn't get enough oxygen and they would start to rot. So this is my solution. And I'll go right up to the top as soon as some of the other ones grow a bit higher. But it worked really well. And like even the ones that are like pricklier in here, get off me bug. Yeah. And then over here, we have this beautiful sunflower that has so many heads on it, and the bees just love it. And We have one more tree lily still here. Look at the color on these. And it's weird, I can smell somebody's perfume. Down in here, we have the butternut squash. And they're starting to arrive. Look at him, he's just a little bitty. The beans are growing crazy tall. I'm so excited to have dry beans in the fall to pick. And then over here, I've planted some turnips here and some more beets. And there's also carrot seed in here. And I have to harvest my 2 eggplants. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some fall stuff, some fall foods. I'm the only person in the house that eats the broccoli, so. And then down here we have a pumpkin. Hello, friend. And my husband and I have also been discussing plans for the garden. So I think this area is going to be one big medicinal bed, and the currants will also be in there. And then this part in the back, we're going to dig in a garden bed for very tall food like corn and things that I don't need to pay that much attention to. Like I'm going to try and grow chickpeas. So we'll probably do them lengthways, because if I do it this way, then the corn will shade out the trees and the veg on this side. So I think I'm going to do like 2 lines of corn down here, and then this section here will be all chickpeas. Look at these. They last for so long, and they're so beautiful. Look at this little guy. I think that's a little wasp. Anyway, there's also some more butternut squashes on the fence. There's 2 right there. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how this part of the garden is going. Just seeing if I find anything else. But you can see the beans starting. So yeah, that's the plan. Oh, we've got some tomatoes over here. I'll pick them up in a minute. This was happier. All these opened up and looked a lot happier, and now it looks mad again. I don't know. The pumpkins are doing really well. Oh, look what I saw the other day. The elderberries. Look at those colors. I'm very excited. I do make elderberry syrup for medicine. There's another branch somewhere with flowers on it, but I don't see it right now. But yeah, the pumpkins. This is supposed to be a small gourd. Look at the size of them. This bed did not do as well as I thought it was gonna do. I thought because there was so much compost in here, it would go crazy. But maybe I overfilled it. But we do have another one here, and I believe this is a pumpkin. So yeah, back here, I think I'm gonna put more currants. There's actually a wild grape on the fence, which I'm kind of delighted about. My peach tree is still very sad. I've emailed them, and I'm waiting to hear back. It does look better than it did, though. So maybe it's just growing pains. This is all ground cherry, or we used to call them like facilis in Ireland. And they're little husks, and they have a berry inside, and they're actually really good. But you gotta wait until the husks turn papery. This beautiful lettuce has gone to seed, and I will keep those. I haven't seen, excuse all the kid mess. So yeah, the other plan here is I'm gonna put a fence here going this way so that it blocks off the view of the compost, and then the brush pile will move down. And then along the back there is where the hammock's gonna go, and then this whole area will be Addie's play area. So tomorrow I'm going to harvest all my kale, and I'm going to pressure can it for the winter. And the beans are still producing. I have one loofah. I do not believe it is going to produce anything, but the vine's pretty. My friend Sam, actually I'll put that in here. Sam sent me a little video of the loofahs in the garden. I am going to harvest my indigo. I'm going to do a really hard chop up to here. And this stuff I'm going to let go to seed, so I have seed for next year. And this I'm going to try and get a big batch of indigo out of. So yeah. And I think that's everything. I'm trying to get a few last crops to come up in the fall. Making plans to clean up the patio. Getting tomatoes every day. But yeah. I hope you guys are having a good week or weekend, and I'll talk to you later.